Okay, boys and girls, this is our review for the scientific method. We follow the 6-step approach to the scientific method. The first method is purpose, where you state the problem or you can ask a question. So you might have a question about plants and water and how they grow. So the question could be, if we water a plant more, a certain plant type, will it grow more than not watering a plant, or maybe just watering it every other day? So that could be your purpose or your problem. So you ask a question. Research, you're going to look up information on the internet or encyclopedia or something like that. So your research is about maybe the certain plants. Maybe you're doing tomato plants, so you want to learn how they grow, what kind of soil they need, maybe sunlight, things like that. When you do your research, or after your research, then you're going to come up with a hypothesis, which is your educated guess. So you have an educated guess about your problem. So your guess might be, well, if you water it more, it's going to grow better. The experiment then is to test out your hypothesis. So then you're going to set up a set of procedures, and procedures that can be replicated or duplicated by anybody, and you're going to go through that and conduct your experiment. So for our experiment, we're going to get the same plants, tomato plants, put it in the same type of soil, put them in by a window so they get the same amount of sunlight, but one we're going to water every day, the other one we're going to water every 3 days, and that would be our experiment. After a certain amount of time, maybe a month, then you're going to measure it every day. That's the analysis, where we're going to measure it every day, and after a month you'll see which one grew more. So analysis is, what you're going to do is you're going to record your results. So we record our results, and you might make a graph or something like that. And what we're going to record, if we do plants, is going to be how tall they grow. So we might do this every day, we might do it every other day, but we're going to record for plant A and plant B and see which one grows higher or more. And then the conclusion is, if you're going to see if your hypothesis is correct or not. So based on your analysis, you're going to see if your hypothesis is either correct or it was incorrect. Next, I have a picture here, and if you remember, we did an acronym in class, and that acronym, let me just turn that off. Our acronym is PRHEAC. Pretty redheads eat animal crackers. So again, it's pretty redheads eat animal crackers. P is purpose, R is research, H is hypothesis, E is experiment, A is analysis, and C is going to be conclusion. Okay, finally I have here, we're going to talk about variables, and there's 3 sets of variables that we need to discuss. One is independent. So independent variable is the one thing that you change. You're only allowed to change one thing or one item in the experiment, and that independent variable, I'll just put IND for the variable, is going to be water. We're changing the water. We're adding more water. So this one got more water, this one got less, and this grew more. So water is the independent variable. Then we have control variables. Those control variables stay the same. The reason why they stay the same, it makes the experiment fair. So the experiment will be fair. So the things that are controlled that need to stay the same as sunlight is one, type of plant, soil, they all have to stay the same. And finally, the dependent, I'll just put DEP for dependent, is the one that is dependent on the water, the one that we are measuring or testing. So the one that we're measuring is the height. So how tall a plant is. The height is the dependent variable. So that's what we're measuring. We're measuring how tall it gets. We're measuring how tall this one gets. And that will help us determine if our hypothesis was correct or not. So look, all you have to know is the scientific method, the 6 different steps in order: pretty redheads eat animal crackers, and the 3 different variables.